All right, let me correct something that my colleague is saying. He says that China and the U.S. have no trade agreements, and that's utterly false. They're both members of the WTO, and China enjoys most favored nation status. Those are both economic, interests and norms. So this idea that somehow they're walking into a new era and that it's tabula rasa out there is nonsense. The fact is, the U.S. is the one who is preventing the WTO from working. They refused, and this is since the Obama administration, to appoint appellate judges. And the reason that's important is you have to have at least 3 appellate judges on every case. Right now, there are 0 appellate judges. And the U.S. has a veto power on it. And they basically said, unless you appoint American jurists to this, we will not accept it. And the rest of the world says we're not going to appoint simply American jurists because you want to win more than 90% of the cases that you already win through the WTO.
Professor
So it is the U.S.
Tangen,
who's the
can
aggressor.
I please interrupt you in this context and
Sure.
ask you a question, please? Who do you think is stronger in this context, the United States or China, when we're discussing the WTO or we're discussing, of course, the trade relation between the United States and China? Who is stronger in this relationship?
Well, I mean, in terms of manufacturing, China is stronger.
China.
It manufactures more than the next 5 countries. All right, next largest 5 countries. It manufactures more than those 5 countries. So that gives you an idea of the enormity of China. China is 30% of the world's growth. U.S. isn't even close. All right. China is very dependent on bringing resources into its country and
True,
adding
sir.
value for them. Go ahead.
Yes, go ahead, sir. True, sir. I'm
Yeah.
just
Okay.
confirming what
All
you're
right.
saying.
So it is very difficult to do that. Now, the U.S. has the political controls. It has the ability to veto any nominations to the WTO. It has the ability at the P5 to veto security security United Nations votes, as it has done with and with other matters.
Exactly, sir.
It feels that it is not bound by any treaty. I mean, Donald Trump came in, he negated the Paris Climate Accord, and this is not, the first time. Prior to his administration, the U.S. negated the Kyoto Accord. Donald Trump also walked away from the Iranian nuclear deal. He does not believe that the U.S. is bound by anything. And here's the rub. My colleague talks about, well, maybe there could be an agreement. You cannot do business or have an agreement with somebody you don't trust.
Exactly.
Because the idea is you reach a common ground, but if I don't think you're going to stick to your agreement, how on earth, I don't even know how I could get there. I'm a lawyer. I was an investment banker. I was in politics. In all of those instances, if you can't trust the guy, you can't do a deal with him. And Donald Trump has proven time and time again, he's not a person who can be trusted.